I assumed that it would be advantageous for you to see how I trade on the like a 2-minute chart or the 3-minute chart, and so I have uh, decided to show you my thought processes of what I'm looking at and doing while I'm making decisions on the trade. I've picked out a, a area on Apple. Today is January 25th, 2016, and the market just closed a few minutes ago. And yesterday it had a gap up green candle, and that's the day that I'm going to be working with in helping you see how I'm thinking when I do when I work on doing uh, making a decision on how I'm entering and leaving the market. Because sometimes you'll buy or sell day trading, 6, 8, 10 times. Other times we'll just leave it going for quite a bit of the day if we know we're going in the right direction. Again, oftentimes when it gaps up, it goes up. May not stay up, but that's the usual trend or usual situation that we have. And we can verify, or we can usually identify if that candle is going to be strong. And by that I mean, and one of the reasons why I picked this spot is because if you go back to this day, we had a this here was the 21st of January, and on Friday it had a just a or excuse me, Thursday it had a red candle, but if you look right down here, your power red is at minus 2.29, and all indications from the red for the last 6 or 8 days is that it's going up, even though we're in a little bit of divergence going down with price. And if you haven't heard me talk about it, the power red, when it crosses zero, it oftentimes gaps up on the daily chart. When it crosses underneath, it oftentimes gaps down. Or you have a nice red candle going down, gapping up. You can have a gap up or a nice green candle going up. And we're always in search of those days when we have larger candle bodies, simply because we like it, But one of the areas that also brought or came to my attention after I spotted the power red down here underneath the zero line was that the trend chart had a right leg W higher. It was about an 8 or 10 day period. The left excuse me. The left leg of the W is down in here, and the right leg of the 8 or 10 day W is up in here. And as you can see, we also have about 6 or 8 days of the trend trio, the yellow, pink, blue, climbing up. Even though very slowly, it's been under zero for a significant amount of time. It hasn't risen much at all, but it is hanging up. The 2-minute chart is right here, and I'm going to bring in another vertical line because I noticed that the purple line here sometimes doesn't show up too much. So I'm putting a cyan line on the opener of that gap up green candle. As you can see, it gapped up significantly from yesterday, and so we've got on the first 2-minute candle we have a green candle, and I always prefer that I have a second candle before I make a decision, because your first candle says it's going up, your second candle obviously tells you a significantly different story. because you have a low angle up in your zip pink and a low angle down in your zip gray and yellow and blue, and you have a strong down in your zip red. You also have a low angle down in your power red on the second green candle, as well as the pink and the blue and the white power lines. The trend lines have the gray and the red as low angles up as well. So we definitely know that it's going down on the next bar of this 2-minute chart, which it does, which the red vertical line shows. However, when we get at the end of that 2-minute red candle, the third red candle from the open, we can see that we have a red spike in the zip chart. Zip red has gone way down and zip yellow has held up high. Zip red is at 7, zip yellow is at 78. And so now we know that the next candle is going to be green. Okay, we're always keeping in mind as well that on the daily chart we are anticipating that we will have a significant green candle by the end of the day. But historically, we know that at some point during the day, or an hour after the open, or sometimes sooner than that, sometimes a couple hours, we get a significant pullback. And that pullback comes right over in here where I've got these, the red, the yellow, and the green vertical lines displayed. It comes after basically a wave pattern on the 2-minute chart of a high here, a higher high here, and a third high here. And so again, that theory of 3, I don't know why you can have 3 candles go up and then it goes down, or 3 humps go up and then it goes down. But when we spot something like that, we can there's a high probability that it will be a stronger downtrend than the other 2 were. And so this red vertical line starts that downtrend. Actually, if you back it up one right here, we have a zip Zion highest right here at this point. And that would obviously tell us that we're going down. But in any case, we don't have that from our power red. We have a high point on our power red, but again, this is the point at which the red, right now power red is at -2.7, so it's already gone under 0. And so this day right here with the green candle where the red vertical line is right now, that would have been our last day before the power red went back down under 0. And for a day trader, it's a nice move to make, because you have this many days or many candles in which the power red was above 0, meaning you were in a slight uptrend, but now you're having a downtrend. And it closed here on this red candle day, excuse me, at $100.01, and then on this green candle day it closed at $99. So it was actually a $1 move in about 22 or 24 minutes, whatever that is there. And it's easy. And then after you get one of those, keep in mind, what do we got? We've got a gap up green candle, fairly significant gap. If you go back to the daily chart, we've got 6 or 8 we got 8 or 10 days of divergence here at the bottom of a cycle. And so there's a real good possibility that this might be a turnaround. And so when we're thinking about our trading during looking at these 2-minute charts, we're always in our back of our mind, we're thinking this candle is going to go up big. And so that's in that process. When we buy, excuse me, when we buy right here or sell our short position on this green vertical line, we would then buy, and it may be that it waves up and down as we go through the process. It obviously, as it gets farther out, it doesn't move as much, but it's continually seeming to go up. We get to the next day, it closes up here at 101.42. And so we back down over here when we were dealing with this, you know, green contemplation, a green vertical line of contemplating it going up. This might be the day when it goes up and we just hang on to it until it does. At that point right there, the close was at $99 and it went up to $142, so it was basically a $2.40 increase during that day. And if you do find a situation like right in here, you've got the green has ended, your yellow and blue are significantly down, your red and pink are down under 50. I mean, there's a candle that tells you, when I say there's a candle, I am, let me draw a vertical line because I know it's hard to see. On this red vertical candle, I'm going to change it to yellow. That one there, we can see that the zip green has left 100. The zip yellow, blue, and are down, and the pink and red are way down under 50. And so there's a good chance that the next day it's going to be red. It doesn't hurt at all to get out of that position because you're not sure about what's going to happen. And lo and behold, if you move this yellow line over right here, we have a zip pink that is right next to the zip green, which is at 0. So your zip green hitting 0, your zip pink coming in right behind it, and it happens to be at 5.6, but that's when the zip pulls in and crosses the green line and comes in. That is oftentimes the time of a first increase, and it's logically so when we look at our power chart. Our power red is already going up, and this is obviously it has not crossed the 0 line, but there's a good indication right there. We would buy that long again. And so that's probably going to be carried through possibly all the way till the end because there aren't any significant drops. The one thing I'll point out, if I can, here in this situation right here, when let me back up and look here. Okay, when in this yellow candle, for example, yellow vertical line, for example, we have a zip red that went up to 43. We have the pink that's down there. The zip pink only went up to 31. And so from our zip chart perspective, we know that in a downtrend, we got a one candle pullback. It's turned green now. What's going to happen? Well, the answer to that really helps if you're down here looking at the power red. Your power red has gone up to -4, which is horrible when you're thinking about going over, getting back up over 0. It's a long ways from doing that. And so what I'm trying to tell you is it's worth waiting for 2 more minutes to see what happens to the next candle. And you would, obviously it turned red and you would stay in the position again. So, and you also have the green line at 0. There's just there's always seems to be more than one thing that tells you how to continue in a downtrend trade or continue in an uptrend trade. You just have to look at the evidence. It's really powerful in its application. The 15-second chart I didn't get a chance to comment much on. It opens up, it goes way high. You can see that there are 4 candles, or you know that there are 4 candles per minute. So it looks like it runs out here about 4 or 5 minutes. And the red candle, except for a dip down under 0 and then an immediate dip back up, the red, power red, stayed above 0, and you had those first 2 green candles on the 2-minute chart. So you had 4 minutes of going up, and then it goes down, and then it bounces around back and forth. And obviously, if you're ever in a situation where things are bouncing around too much for you, just get out. Find another situation. If you're interested in maintaining that particular or continuing in trading that, then just hang on until you see a signal, because it's gonna come. It's a fantastic system. I hope you're getting the basic understanding of it. Take a look at the 14 top reversal patterns going up and the 14 top reversal patterns going down. We talk about, I talk about different aspects on the video, the different videos, but review those top 14 up and top 14 down, because those are the key ones, the primary ones that we see again and again and again, no matter what chart you're on, that give us the signals to reversals. And so you just have to make a decision about, is the reversal high enough? Because sometimes you'll get, for example, the power red is down here low and it pops up 2 days, or on a 2-minute chart it would be 4 minutes, and but then it doesn't go up. It continues staying under 0, so you know that the downtrend is continuing. So be aware that just because you see a reversal in the zip chart, it does not mean that that reversal is going to be worth trading, or in other words, worth getting out of the trade if you're in one or starting one. That's why I like to do the open, because there's a lot of volatility at the open, and you can usually pick those better than some. But the greatest thing, one of the greatest things behind this system is, before I even started trading, I was reasonably positive that that candle was going to go and be green. And so I don't know that it's going to go up and stay green, but I know it's going to go up high, and then it might turn around and come back down, but you short when that happens. And so exciting opportunity here. I just hope I'm doing a good job explaining how this works, because sometimes I get too excited. Enjoy your trading.